We'll be doing some summarizing, but I think things like advocacy, mentoring, theory practice, I think there have been some common themes, which I think is very interesting. So there'll be more following up after this, but we have 5 minutes left, and we just happen to have a speaker that will wrap things up for 5 minutes. I would like to invite the president of the American Library Association, Camilla Alire, to please come and give us your take on today's summit. Thank you.
Jump over it.
Yeah, don't hurt yourself then.
There we go. Good for you. This was absolutely amazing. And I have to tell you that the venue, the idea, the fact that the students were involved in this is just an amazing day, and I can hardly wait to share it with people. Across the country, actually. The ideas, it's really interesting because, Julie, you said there were recurring themes, and it was recurring, they were recurring themes between practitioners and between students and between faculty. And that's what I think was so interesting about today. There were no debates and no arguments about whether or not that was a good idea or not a good idea. And Julie, you did a good job of recapping sort of that. The idea of how do you combine, theory with the practice. The beauty of having practitioners sitting here with the students. Because we were saying the same things. Practitioners were saying, I wish that I had X, Y, and Z in library school. And the students were saying, we wish we had X, Y, and Z in the program. And not only that, not only were we jointly saying the same things, but within the groups, between the groups, it was the same thing. The idea of, again, theory and practice, the idea of how important mentoring is for those of you who are practitioners. You have a role to play in helping students be successful, to help them be successful even before they get out into the field. And the idea of how do you incorporate, what do you do with diversity in an LIS program? It's not earth-shattering. You need to incorporate it. You need to infuse it. You need to integrate it in the curriculum. It's great if an LIS program can say, well, but we have a program on in this particular case, multiculturalism or whatever. Good for you, but it should be infused in every course that's taught. And the idea of saying, well, but that actually affects our academic freedom as faculty. If I remember right, when I was in an LIS program, course syllabi had to be approved by the faculty. And it's not legislating how you should cover it, but the fact that diversity should be infused, and not just ethnic, racial, but all kinds of diversity infused in every class. How do you do it in a cataloging class? I can think of not 1,000 ways, but just showing that you as a faculty member are sensitive to the idea by the examples that you use when you're sharing cataloging examples. So that seemed to be a recurring theme. For the LIS faculty, first of all, I congratulate you for supporting Clara in this endeavor, because trust me when I say this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. You have one of the most innovative, creative people who really has a passion, not only for what we do, but a passion as a library educator. And for the LIS faculty, what I would say to you, think out of the box. Think out of the box. When you start reviewing, whether you do it in a faculty meeting or whether you do it in a venue with students, think out of the box. Because what has been presented here is you asked us, we told you. You brought the practitioners in, they told you. You brought the students in, they told you. And that's why I think this really is an occasion that we need to celebrate, because I've not experienced something like this before. The LIS program here literally put itself out there. You literally put yourself out there. That's not easy to do. That's not easy to do, to say, okay, we want to hear from you. We want to hear from you students, and we want to hear from you faculty, or we want to hear from you practitioners. And I say that you now have the leadership to be able to work for the LIS faculty, to work with each other, and to work with Clara and other folks to see what are the next steps of what can be done. I really applaud you folks. I applaud the students that were involved, the students who came. I applaud the LIS faculty. I applaud the LIS administration. This is really, for me, very historic. And you should be proud of this, and I applaud you. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for sharing of your ideas and sharing and coming with to UNCG to do that. We aren't just going to be hearing things and documenting them, but we really want to follow up with action. So we want you to continue to engage with us in this, to not let us just, stay in our offices, but if you see that we're not following up, then we want you to communicate with us. We're going to be able to do this because we have a website of the iDEALS Summit. We are going to put information up. We'll be sending you a summary, and we will find the mechanism so you can continue to engage with us in this endeavor. And one of the ways that we all want to be able to build community is that we've created an LIS News-L discussion list. So all of you, if you have something going on in your particular organization and want others to know about it, you'll be able to present that announcement, and all of us will be able to hear about it and participate with you. So I'm excited about what we've been able to do. I want to make sure that we do follow up. So this is not where it ends. We will be trying to do something next year, and so that's why it's important for us to hear from you by having you do the evaluation form. So it's that yellow one again. I encourage you to fill out the evaluation so we know how we can continue to engage in a way that really is going to provide results. It's not just about talk. So thank you very much for participating in this part of the summit. We will be soon entering into the reception part of this particular day, and you'll be able to continue to look at the showcase posters and join us to hear Camila Lire at 6:30. So thank you very much again.